The Atlantic cod fishing trip in winter is a challenging and harsh adventure. Dubbed the Cold Treasure Hunt, this journey is not only a battle with nature but also a battle with harsh weather and the vast ocean. Starting the journey, on giant steel ships, fishermen must be carefully prepared in terms of both technology and equipment. The ships need to be checked for safety, and fishing equipment must be ready to withstand strong winds and waves. Special tools, such as bottom trawls or long fishing lines, are selected to suit the terrain and the type of cod. Weather conditions, winter in the Atlantic can be very harsh, with big storms, rough seas, and low temperatures. The bitter cold makes every activity more difficult. Sailors must wear thick protective suits, keep their bodies warm, and ensure their safety in all situations. Fishing techniques to catch cod effectively. Fishermen often use bottom trawling or long lines. These methods require special skills and experience because cod often swim in deep water. The fishing team must work together and accurately to harvest the most fish without damaging the product. Facing dangers. Dangers always lurk on the fishing journey. Big waves, ice, and harsh weather can be dangerous for fishermen. They must always be alert and ready to respond to any incident. From fishing accidents to machinery problems, teamwork and perseverance are important factors in overcoming these difficulties. Harvesting and preservation. Cod after being caught needs to be processed and preserved right on the boat. The quick preservation process helps to maintain the freshness and nutritional value of the fish. In modern fishing vessels, cod is often preserved by a freezing system as soon as it is on board, ensuring high quality when it reaches consumers. Achievements. The results of this journey are not only quality cod shipments but also the pride of the fisherman's courage and perseverance in the face of nature. They bring back valuable seafood resources, supply the international market, create income for their families and contribute to the local economy. End and preparation. After completing a fishing season, fishermen return to the mainland, rest and prepare for the next fishing season. This is the time to maintain boats, repair equipment and practice skills for future challenges. This journey is a symbol of courage and strong will, overcoming one's own limits to conquer nature, bringing valuable cod resources to life, preparing for the next trip. After returning to the mainland, fishermen do not have much time to rest, because they have to quickly check and maintain their boats and equipment. The boats often have to go through a thorough maintenance process to ensure stable operation for the next fishing season. At the same time, repairing and upgrading fishing equipment helps increase efficiency and minimize risks while working at sea. Training and sharing experiences. Each trip is a valuable experience. Experienced fishermen will organize meetings, share lessons from previous fishing seasons, especially experiences in dealing with extreme weather or dangerous situations. This is also an opportunity for young fishermen to learn and equip themselves with the necessary skills. For many, this journey is not just a job but also a mission and passion. A way of life that they are willing to pass on to the next generation. Technology to support fishing. In the modern era, technology has become a powerful tool in the cod fishing industry. Devices such as GPS locators, fish finding radars, and weather monitoring systems are equipped on board to help fishermen determine their location and sea conditions accurately. This system not only increases fishing efficiency but also helps reduce the risk of encountering bad weather or dangerous terrain. Environmental protection and sustainable fishing. An important factor that fishermen today need to comply with is protecting the marine environment and sustainable fishing. International organizations and governments often apply restrictions on catch, fishing time, as well as permitted sea areas to ensure that they do not adversely affect the ecosystem. Fishermen must comply with these regulations, and the use of environmentally friendly fishing methods is increasingly supported and encouraged. Love for the sea and profession. For many fishermen, The sea is not only a place where they earn a living but also a part of their life. Their attachment to the profession helps them build patriotism and love for nature. There are many stories about fishermen who have been attached to the profession for many generations, passing on to their children and grandchildren their love for the profession and resilience in the face of difficulties and challenges. Expanding markets and economic value. Atlantic cod products are not only consumed domestically but also exported to many countries around the world, bringing great economic value to the region. The development of the processing industry also helps increase product value, thereby improving fishermen's income. Processing companies can produce cod products such as canned or frozen cod, or process them into high-class dishes, serving the international market and creating jobs for local people. Humanistic and cultural significance of the fishing profession. The fishing profession not only brings economic benefits but is also closely linked to the culture and lifestyle of coastal people. Sea festivals, rituals to worship the sea god before going to sea, or folk tales about the sea are all indispensable parts of fishermen's lives. They consider the sea as a great friend, a source of inspiration for stories and folk songs, helping to pass on traditional values through each generation, contributing to the sustainable development of the fisheries industry. The cod fishing industry, despite facing many challenges, always plays an important role in the sustainable development of the marine economy. Improvements in technology, environmental protection awareness and the resilient spirit of fishermen have helped the fisheries industry make great strides, meeting the increasing demands of the international market. Conclusion and looking forward to the future. The journey of commercial cod fishing in the Atlantic Ocean in the cold winter is a clear demonstration of human will and resilience in the face of nature. Despite many difficulties and dangers, fishermen always maintain their faith and love for the profession. They are and will continue to write pages of history about this arduous but meaningful journey, not only to bring valuable seafood resources but also to preserve a beautiful tradition, symbolizing the strength and spirit of the children of the sea. Cod fishing with gill nets is one of the popular and effective methods, but requires high techniques and understanding of the marine environment. A gill net is a long net that can be dropped horizontally on the water surface or deep below, and works by holding it in place so that the fish can get caught. This process, although bringing in large yields, also requires caution to ensure sustainability and avoid affecting the marine environment. Fishermen need to carefully check the gill net before going to sea, making sure the net is not damaged and the buoys are working well. The gill net is often very long, up to hundreds of meters, and needs to be dropped in the exact location where the cod appear. Setting the net requires precision in location and depth, depending on the movement characteristics of the cod as well as the seabed topography. Devices such as GPS, radar and temperature sensors are used to determine the location of the cod and control the location of the net. The depth of the net is also adjusted according to the habitat of the cod. The net works based on ocean currents and water conditions, so fishermen must grasp the ocean currents and weather conditions to optimize fishing efficiency. After a period of netting, fishermen will return to pull the net and check for fish caught. Cod often get caught in the net by fins or mouths, so pulling the net must be gentle to avoid damaging the fish. After pulling up, the fish will be quickly processed and stored on board to maintain freshness. On large vessels, refrigeration systems are equipped to keep the fish from losing quality during the long harvest period. High efficiency. This method allows for the capture of large quantities of cod in a single trawl, especially in areas with high fish densities. Low loss. Compared to other methods, gill nets have a high rate of preserving the shape and quality of the fish, making them suitable for both fresh and processed fish markets. Environmentally friendly. When well managed, Gill nets pose less risk of damaging the seabed and aquatic ecosystems than methods such as bottom trawling. Impact on other species. If not strictly controlled, gill nets can inadvertently catch non-target species, such as whales, dolphins, and sea turtles. This is a sensitive issue because of the potential impact on marine ecosystems. Weather risks. This method is highly dependent on weather conditions and ocean currents. Strong winds or large waves can damage the nets and make the work dangerous. Management challenges. To protect cod stocks, strict regulations on quantity, timing, and area of netting are required. This requires fishermen to update their knowledge and comply with international regulations to avoid overfishing. Responsible use of trawls and compliance with environmental regulations are important to ensure that cod stocks are not depleted. Countries and international organizations are increasingly focusing on responsible fishing, requiring fishermen to comply with regulations on mesh size, permitted fishing areas, and rest periods to allow fish to spawn. When done properly, cod gill net fishing is not only economically viable but also helps protect valuable marine resources. It is an important part of sustainable fishing, contributing to the protection of marine ecosystems and maintaining cod supplies for the future. Purse fishing for cod is an effective fishing method, especially in areas with large schools of cod. Unlike gill nets and bottom trawls, purse seines are used to encircle and trap a school of cod. Then pull the net back for harvesting. This method is often used on large fishing vessels, equipped with mechanized systems to deploy and collect the net quickly. Before casting the net, fishermen use radar and sonar to locate the cod school. When a large enough school is detected, the boat will move closer to the school and begin casting the seine net around it. The seine net is designed like a large circle, surrounding the school of fish from all sides to keep them in the middle. Once the net has been cast, the fisherman will pull the bottom of the net back to form a sealed bag, trapping the fish inside. This process of pulling the net requires smooth and quick coordination to prevent the fish from escaping. The quick encirclement helps to capture the entire school of fish in one cast, optimizing the fishing efficiency. Harvesting the fish. After the net is drawn tightly, the fisherman will pull the net up and harvest the cod. This process can be supported by mechanized equipment, such as cranes and net pullers. To reduce labor, the harvested cod will be classified, processed and stored right on the boat to ensure freshness. High efficiency. This method allows for the harvesting of large quantities of cod in one catch, especially when fishermen encounter large schools of fish. Minimize loss. Compared to gill nets or bottom trawls, purse seines help minimize damage to fish because the fish are not squeezed too much into the net. Save time and effort. Purse nets can quickly encircle schools of fish, saving fishing time and reducing the effort of fishermen. Require high skills. To use purse seines effectively, fishermen must have skills and experience in locating schools of fish and encircling them properly. Difficult to control fish size. This method can also catch small fish or non-target species. Because it is difficult to classify fish size before encircling, impact on other species, purse nets can accidentally encircle other non-target species, such as dolphins or other large marine animals, posing a risk to them. Technologies such as radar, sonar, and GPS are used to determine the location and size of fish schools, which helps fishermen deploy their purse seines more accurately. In addition, surveillance systems and cameras also help monitor and manage the harvest process, ensuring high fishing efficiency and minimizing losses. Purse cod fishing needs to be closely managed to ensure that it does not harm the ecosystem. Regulations on fishing areas and times, as well as net sizes, are applied to minimize environmental impacts. Fishers need to comply with these regulations to ensure that cod stocks are not overexploited. While protecting other animals in the sea, purse cod fishing not only brings a large income to fishermen, but also contributes to the global food supply chain. Cod is an important source of protein, and efficient fishing helps ensure a stable supply. At the same time, this fishing profession is also a part of the culture and life of fishing communities, contributing to the tradition and local economy. The purse seine method in cod fishing is an effective way of fishing, helping fishermen harvest quickly and minimize loss. However, to develop sustainably, this method needs to be properly managed and controlled, ensuring that it does not damage the ecosystem and marine resources. The life of fishermen on the commercial cod fishing journey in the Atlantic Ocean in winter is an arduous and challenging adventure. The people here, with their resilient spirit and strong will, have to face the harsh cold weather, fierce seas and lurking challenges. Before each trip, fishermen must prepare carefully, from checking the boat, maintaining the machinery to stocking food and protective equipment. They understand that each journey is not just a short trip but can last for weeks, even months. Equipment such as cold-proof jackets, thick gloves, non-slip shoes and helmets are all indispensable items in the journey to fight the bitter cold. The winter in the Atlantic is famous for its big storms, strong winds and high waves, which are harsh challenges for fishermen. Temperatures can drop very low, causing the sea surface to sometimes freeze. The cold makes every operation more difficult and dangerous. In the bitter cold, fishermen must try to keep warm and avoid hypothermia, which is easy to happen when working continuously in harsh weather. The life of fishermen on board is disciplined but also very united. They work in shifts, taking turns checking, operating equipment and handling cod as they are caught. Rest and meal times are short. Fishermen often have to accept simple meals with canned or dried foods, and take advantage of every moment to rest. Although living conditions are not easy, team spirit helps them overcome all difficulties. Everyone on board considers each other as brothers, ready to help and share the difficulties and joys of each journey. Cod fishing not only requires high skills but also has many potential risks. Casting nets, pulling nets and handling cod on the deck can become dangerous when the sea is strong. Fishermen must always be alert and focused to avoid slipping or being injured by equipment. Sometimes, when the weather changes suddenly or the ship has an accident, fishermen must respond quickly to ensure the safety of everyone on board. Commercial cod fishing requires great perseverance and courage. Every day, they have to face the cold, fatigue, and loneliness away from home. However, because of their passion and love for the job, they continue to stick with the job. For many fishermen, this is not only a job but also a way of life. A source of income for their family and a source of pride for themselves. Many fishermen have been attached to the profession for many generations, considering the sea a close friend despite the price of effort, sweat, and sometimes even their lives. After days of hard work, the greatest joy for fishermen is when they see the ships hold full of fresh cod. This is the result of the efforts, perseverance, and solidarity of the entire team. The cod is processed and preserved right on the ship to ensure freshness and high quality, then brought back to shore and consumed in the domestic and international markets. After a long journey, fishermen return to the mainland to reunite with their families. They can rest for a few days, share the joy with relatives and friends, before continuing to prepare for the next trip. The life of fishermen is always a non-stop rotation between fishing seasons. with each season being a new challenge. The life and work of fishermen not only bring income to their families but also contribute greatly to the marine economy. Cod is an important food source for many markets, and thanks to the courage and perseverance of fishermen, these precious seafood resources can reach consumers around the world. The journey to catch cod in the winter in the Atlantic Ocean is a symbol of human will and resilience in the face of harsh nature. Fishermen are not only workers but also silent heroes, facing difficulties to bring seafood resources to society, contributing to preserving traditions and developing a sustainable seafood industry. For fishermen, the sea is not only a source of livelihood but also a symbol of culture and tradition for generations. Many fishing families have continued their profession for generations, considering work at sea a family legacy. Every time they go to sea, they often bring with them traditional customs such as holding ceremonies to worship the sea god to pray for safety and luck. These rituals not only demonstrate their beliefs but are also a way to unite the community and commemorate fishermen who have died at sea. At sea, fishermen not only face